All right, we are going to do product mockups 4 ways. So here's Photoshop and Photopea with a smart object in Adobe Template. And then we are going to see what ChatGPT can do. So there's what ChatGPT did. It opened the mouth and it drew the body. So you don't know what you're going to get, but it looks good. And then Canva. So Canva actually has some product mockups. All right, so you should have a graphic ready to go, a PNG with a transparent background, something like this. Or just remove background on anything and it'll be a transparent background, or just use any image. So, all right, so I started with Canva. Canva's nice and straightforward, and it has these product mockups. So if you go to, I guess, make a new square document like I did, create new custom size 1000 by 1000, and in Elements you can search product mockups or mockups and see all. And I just use this cell phone, so now you can change the size, make it bigger, smaller, and then you can bring in your image. And whenever you see the cloud, sky, and hills icon, it's kind of like a replace, drag and drop, put your image here icon. So I think you have to bring your image in first, and then kind of once you get that aqua, right? So you see when I bring my image over, the bounding box kind of changes, or the frame around the iPhone changes. And then you can edit it if you want to make it a little bigger, smaller. You can use these auto buttons and then apply your changes. And you got a cool looking graphic. You can add your anything you want to customize, text, images, to a cool looking iPhone. So it kind of makes it go diagonal. It looks good, right? But I think there's better stuff on Free Pick and Adobe Stock and these other more traditional ones that have been around a long time. So if you go to Adobe Stock, go to More and Templates. I think, yeah, Templates. It should put you at adobe.com/templates. And then if you come down, there's a section with mockups. There it is, print design mockups. And the URL gets all jumbled, but once you hit print design mockups, you should be able to search for whatever you want. An iPhone, a Sprinter van, a can, a wine bottle. So I just did can. And then I chose this one. It wasn't the best, but let's click on it just to get a number, right? So file number. All right, so there it is. Download it, check out the number, and I just think they look a little more photorealistic, right? You get the shininess, the shading. There's just more detail. It looks more photorealistic than Canva does, and there's more options. So, all right, so get that one downloaded, or any other one, and just the key is to edit the smart object, right? So it's not that complicated. It's almost as easy as ChatGPT once you get a little practice in. So I got it right there on my desktop downloaded, and I can drag it onto Photoshop. I should get right click, control click, open with Photoshop. No, for some reason this file doesn't get recognized. Double click. It's not recognizing on my computer the file finder. Come on, Photoshop, file, open. Navigate to the desktop, and it's grayed out. Huh? Open it. There it is. All right, so we could save it. File, save as. You can save it on the cloud. You can save it on your desktop as, I don't know, just a unique file name. Okay, so the key is to find the smart object, and usually it's in the top of the layers panel here, but this one is not. So I'm going to go into design, and that's kind of the, different people label these layers differently with different words and terms and colors. So sometimes it's nice and straightforward. It says your design here, but I'm going to twirl down, and here I see the smart object. Let's see if I, right, I guess design, your design here. So, all right, so double click, and it says your design here, and then bring in your transparent background or your image, PNG. I moved it down a little, made it a little bigger. And then it's in free transform mode, so you have to hit check to apply or enter return. And then I don't need this other background layer, so I could drag it to the trash or just eyeball it off. And so when you double click the smart object, it opens this .psb Photoshop object, I guess you can remember it that way. And you want to save it, but the easiest way is just to X, and then it gives you an error message or a prompt that says save. So X and then save, X in the tab. And there you go. So I think it looks good. I didn't need the background layer. And then if you want to edit it, the easiest way to edit it, I think, is to merge visible to top. So there's this command, merge visible. And you can see down there at the bottom, it's Command Shift E. And so I could flatten everything if I'm done, but a lot of Photoshop people like to add options. So my left hand is going to be first finger Command, middle finger Option, fourth finger Shift, and then the E key. And that merges visible, Command Shift Option E. Come on. So let's see, twirl closed. And click, Command Shift Option E. There we go. And now I can eyeball off the other two. And then if I, Command 0, get back. If I want to like rotate it or something, right, I could change the graphic and then check to apply my rotation. And it's just, then you're editing just one layer as opposed to kind of worrying about how these other layers interact with each other. So file, export as, or just export a PNG to your desktop. And you got your logo character head label on a Photoshop mockup, a product mockup using smart objects. And look, you can tell, like, you can see it's shiny. The shininess matches where it's shiny. It's darker and where it's shadowed. There's that texture of the water drops. I just think it looks a little better in Photoshop, but it looks the same in Photopea. So let's get back to our Photopea here. Whoop. There it is. And same thing. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to go to Photopea home. I'm logged in. And I can drag the template. And let's see, let's do our file, save as PSD, demo 5P. And now file, save more, PSD to storage, and P drive. Okay. So again, you can see the layers panel, design. They're all going to be different, but you want to look for the smart object. And a lot of the times in the newer ones, this is probably an older one, the newer files is at the top. And so, okay, so I'm going to double click. And then I'm going to bring in the image, and you can move it down, you can scale it a little, resize it a little. Now you're in free transform mode, so hit check to apply your transformation, eyeball off that gray background. And all right, so again, it doesn't open a PSB. It opened a second PSD, and the star means, or the asterisk means it's unsaved. So you want to save it, and I think I just did Command S, file, save smart object. Smart object updated, and then you can close the tab, and you can do Command S to save again, and the asterisk goes away again. And you could mess around with it. Looks like I have some other, I didn't mess around with these. Label color, I could probably, yeah, I don't know. All these are a little different, so you might be on a different one. But again, just file, export as, and then PNG is fine. JPEG for smaller file size. And you can do the same if you want that transparent checkerboard. Again, that's what I like about Photoshop. It's a limitation of Canva. And I want to do free transform, Command T, or search for transform. If you don't see the bounding box, free transform, and then you can, whoops, oh, I forgot to merge visible, right? So, so twirl closed, Command Shift Option E, eyeball off the other two, and now Command T, oh, that opened a new tab, Command T, we don't want that. I want to be back in here and get my magnifying glass for transform, Command Option T, oh, that's why, huh? Because Command T is a new browser tab shortcut. And did it target what I wanted to? Command Option T, there we go. And then you can rotate it to make it look like however you want it. Okay, and check to apply. And ChatGPT, last but not least. All right, so let me get my other browser tab, or window. All right, so I went to ChatGPT and I said create image, and I don't know, soda can mockup. I forgot if I just did, and then enter, go. There's a lot of tutorials on how to do product mockups, so you can see what the YouTubers recommend on what terms or prompts to use. And it actually looks pretty good. The top of the can looks better than my my Photoshop and Photopea. Like I don't see a lid at the top, but it does have the cool drip water droplets. So, but this looks nice and photorealistic. I tried kind of getting rid of the body. You can double click and get your select tool and like draw on something and add a bird, I don't know, or what goes with a soda can. I don't know, you could try to like use that select tool and get rid of the body, but you know, it's easier for me to go back to Photoshop or Photopea and use the selection tools and the masking tools, painting with black and white. So that that select tool is kind of common in these new Photoshop AI versions where you can paint in something and just tell it what you want it to be painted in. But all right, we got a bird. It kind of matches the cartoon style of the professor giving a thumbs up. All right, so that's product mockups 4 ways, and whatever way works best for you, have fun.